Evening, Dustin.
Hello, sir. Can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I even...
Well, stuff happens. We'll have a chance to talk about it.
I've never hurt anybody, sir.
Okay.
And I mean...
I'm not saying you're hurting anybody.
Yeah.
Just slow down. I'm going to have to get some information from you, okay?
I don't.
You know who I am?
No.
And you're sitting here telling me your whole life story. Just hold on a sec, okay?
I'm too honest about everything,
Okay.
sir, and...
Well, we'll get a chance to talk all about all that.
You can see that.
You want a water?
No.
Okay.
I'll probably throw it up right now.
Well, it's there if you want it. Well, just relax, man. Just relax, okay? Just calm down, all right? We're just going to talk a little bit, all right? I'm going to get some information from you real quick.
I mean, like the Dateline NBC guy, I told him.
Well, I'm not with Dateline,
I'm an
okay?
idiot.
I'm not with Dateline. My name is John, all right?
Okay.
My name is John Dudinsky. I'm with Kentucky Bureau of Investigation, now the Attorney General's office, okay? I'm an agent, which means I'm a policeman, okay? Ain't no reason to be all nervous or anything. All we're going to do is we're going to talk. I'm going to get your name and stuff, all right?
I'm just...
All right.
The reason I'm nervous is because, honestly, this can kill my mama.
Okay.
But I am an only child.
Well, let's do this. You sound like you want to talk to me, okay? And I want to hear what you have to say, but until I tell you this, we need to...
I don't want to go to jail because I couldn't deal without having the jail.
I understand that.
Because, I can't walk without this.
I understand. Okay. Before I ask you any questions, you got to know your rights, okay? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used against you in court or in other proceedings. You have the right to have an attorney before you make any statement or answer any questions. You can have your attorney present during questioning. You may request a court to appoint an attorney for you if you cannot afford to hire one. All right? If you start talking to me and you want to quit talking, you can stop at any time by refusing to answer questions or by requesting consultation with your attorney. All right?
I don't like lawyers, and I'll be honest,
You don't like lawyers?
No.
All right. What this says here is that I've read you your rights. Do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you can stop talking at any time
Yes,
you
sir.
want to. You can have an attorney. You can have an attorney with you during questioning. It's 11:09.
Yeah, I forgot it's the time change.
Yeah, we're on Central Time.
I'm an idiot. I did a lot of wrong.
Okay. If you understand your rights, as I've read them to you, if you'll sign right here for me, where it says signature.
First thing I've ever done. I ain't signing anything.
Okay. Now this waiver down here says that you having the above statement of your rights read and explained to you and you fully understand them, and that's correct, right?
Correct.
You hereby waive these rights at 11:10 p.m. and you're wanting to talk to me, correct?
Yes, sir, I will. You know the really bad part of this? The Dateline NBC guy said I wouldn't be under arrest. I could leave.
Hold on a sec. Just something right there. Well, Dateline doesn't work for us. They're not policemen. They're news people.
I know, but that's just wrong that he lied to me.
Right. Well,
Which, I
we'll talk about that in a minute.
I understand why I'm here.
Right.
But he shouldn't have lied to me. You know?
Right.
He should have said, well, you are under arrest. Like I said.
Okay. I'm going to turn this on real quick, all right? And then
Okay. I thought you was videotaping.
Nah, I'm going to tape record it. I'm old-fashioned, man.
Oh, okay. Why'd you go digital?
Yeah. I didn't know what this was when I saw it. I was like, where you put the tape in? There you
Yeah,
go.
I was supposed to buy my buddy one of those this week so he could write his book.
Oh, yeah? He's going to write a book?
Yeah, he's a wrestler, but I won't mention no names because that don't need to be
All right.
anywhere.
Well, it's 23:11, and I'm talking to Dustin. What's your last name, Dustin?
McFetridge.
McFetridge?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole world will find me easily.
All right.
If it's released. And I mean, I don't want trouble. I don't like trouble. I'd have never hurt her. I was going to meet her. I wasn't going to force her into anything. And this morning, I think it was 11:12 Eastern time, she had called me and, come see me, please, because my parents are going to be out of town, please. I'm like, okay. I was going to call. I thought she was going to call and we was going to talk and discuss stuff and everything, because she has called me a few times. And I mean, it was out of the ordinary, and like the NBC guy said, she said she was 13. I thought she was 17. Sometimes I have a bad memory. I know 17's under the limit too. I was talking to her, and I was thinking, okay, she turned 17, and then when she turns 18, I'll meet her. And if anything's meant to be, then.
Well, you're kind of starting, like, just tell me a whole story out there, but not from the beginning. Why don't you start from the beginning of how you met her? And
Okay, I can. I was just being honest.
Well, be honest from the beginning.
Yeah,
like I
okay.
said, you jumbled it all up there for me. Start from the beginning. How'd you happen to meet her?
Okay, I was in a Yahoo chat room. Tennessee chat room.
Tennessee chat room.
Yeah, it was a Tennessee chat room. It was probably 1, 2, 5, 7, or 9. That's the usually ones I go through. And I mean, I've only talked to one other underage girl, and that was a problem, like I told the NBC guy.
Well, we'll get to that. Tell me about this girl.
Yeah, okay, I am. I'm just trying to explain everything, and I'm bad at telling stories.
All right.
Hi. I'm so glad you came. I'll be right back. I just have to get my bathing suit on.
Okay.
Did you bring the condoms?
Yeah.
And the alcohol?
Yeah, I got tropical wine coolers.
Those look refreshing. Care to tell us what you're doing here? Sir?
And just last week, Dateline set up an investigation in a new town, Murphy, Texas. What happened there was a shock to everyone.
He had a pistol in his hand.
Small caliber.
For the past several weeks, Dateline has been working on a new predator investigation, this one set in Texas. This past weekend, events there took a startling and deadly turn. Here again, Chris Hansen.
He's slowly coming down. He's a few houses up still.
For an upcoming investigation into online sex predators, we went to Murphy, Texas, a bedroom community outside of Dallas, and rigged this house with hidden cameras inside and out. And as always, it wasn't long before men came to the door looking for a young teen home alone, like this man.
You want to have him just wave him in.
He's 54-year-old Stanley Kendall, here to meet a boy who online told him he was 13. He was really chatting with a decoy from Perverted Justice.
How you doing, Stanley?
An actor playing the part of the boy invites him in.
Well, as long as you made it here, that's all that matters.
Online, Kendall told the decoy he wanted to teach the inexperienced boy different sex acts and sent a picture of his genitals.
So what do you think we should start with?
What are you thinking?
I don't know. It's up to you.
Incredibly, it turns out he's a school teacher.
What was the lesson plan for tonight?
I thought this was a joke.
You thought what was a joke?
I should have known better.
Kendall told us he teaches math at a Dallas middle school. That raises an obvious question. What have you been doing with students?
Definitely not this.
And why should I believe you?
Because I've successfully taught school for 23 years.
He also says that even though he talked about teaching the boy all about sex, it never would have gone that far. Well, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
I'm truly sorry.
Outside, officers from the Murphy Police Department are waiting to arrest him.
Police department, get on the ground!
He's charged with soliciting a minor online, and he's being held on $50,000 bail. Here in Texas, the topic of internet predators has become a highly charged political issue.
Abbott's law enforcement officers arrested over 500 sex offenders.
The Attorney General and the Lieutenant Governor both used cracking down on child sex predators as a central campaign issue. It's a felony in Texas to solicit a minor for sex over the internet, even if the suspect never leaves his house, never actually attempts to meet the minor. Murphy Police Chief William Myrick.
I guess that's what I like so much about the way the Texas law is written, is the fact that the meeting does not have to occur, so we can still make a case out of that.
That was the case when a decoy from Perverted Justice started getting messages from a man who we learned was an assistant district attorney from a nearby county. 56-year-old Louis William Conrad Jr., screen name InExcess00, chatted graphically about sex with a Perverted Justice volunteer pretending to be a 13-year-old boy. And he sent pornographic pictures to the decoy. He talked about coming over to the undercover house, but in the end, never did. And as far as we know, never knew Dateline was in the area. The Murphy police obtained an arrest warrant for Conrad and did something we've not seen before. They contacted the local authorities in Conrad's town and knocked on his door. Conrad didn't answer, but police said there were signs he was still inside. So a tactical team was called in. The officers lined up in formation, then broke through the back door. But before they could make the arrest, the assistant DA pulled out a gun and pointed it at his head. Lieutenant Adana Barber was there.
As they made entry, they confronted the suspect. I believe he was in the hallway, and he told them he wasn't going to hurt them, and then shot himself in the head.
Officers performed CPR, and Conrad was airlifted to Parkland Memorial Hospital in Dallas, where he later died.
Police are investigating the handling of this case. That is standard procedure. Officers also seized the computers at Louis William Conrad's house. Dateline will continue to report on new developments and on the rest of our investigation in Murphy, Texas. You can find information on how to protect children from internet predators on our website. There's a complete online safety guide for parents and teenagers at dateline.msnbc.com.
Open the front door, Amanda. Let's make sure he sees that you're there.
He's 34-year-old Abhilash Bhaskaran, a director of software development for a large computer company. He thinks he's here to meet a 13-year-old girl.
Hey! Come on in.
His screen name is Raj21US21. While chatting online with a decoy pretending to be 13, he asks, "Hon, would you like to take me in your mouth?" The girl says, "I'm not sure how." So Raj21US21 says, "We will learn as we go along." He seems relieved when he sees our decoy and not a police officer.
Sit down, make yourself at home.
Sure.
My girl left me. I'm just getting these out so they don't get wrinkled.
All right.
So you've got a big afternoon planned, huh? Why don't you have a seat right there, please?
I said, it is for sex, I am not coming.
For sex, you are not coming?
Yeah. So I'll just make a good friend. I'm educated, I have an MBA.
You have an MBA?
Yeah.
Where were you when you were having this chat with this 13-year-old girl, Amy? Were you at
I was in office.
You were in your office?
Yeah, right.
You say, "I feel like kissing you now," and suck on your blank and feel the tummy.
Right. That is the first day. Then I, slept on that and realized it is not a good thing.
I love you so much, hon. You talk about being cautious.
I know.
She says, "Why?" You say, sex with a minor is called
rape. Right. I understand.
So you know the law.
Yeah, I understand the law.
On the ground now! Get down!
When he's taken in for questioning, he asks to speak to a lawyer.
I'm a foreign national. Can I get an attorney or something?
Already.
What happens next, sir?
Now you go to jail.
Once at the jailhouse, he's fingerprinted and photographed.
My wife and kids won't know where I am, so you can call and let them know.
I'll get back with you on that in just a little bit.
Then put behind bars, awaiting a hearing. comes in, he's got his cap on, and he's ready to meet his dream date.
Yeah, I made some tea and it's on the table. Did you bring me my chocolate?
Hey! Why don't you just step right over there, please?
Please, sir, I really drove this far for no reason.
You drove this far for no reason?
Yes, sir. I swear to you, I asked her.
Now, what did you bring with you?
Chocolate, like she asked me.
He's most likely there to get food for the decoy. I think she said that was one of the things he was supposed to do.
And
white chocolate?
Yes, sir, that's what I told her I was bringing.
What about condoms?
Yes, sir, I have them also, but that was not my intention, I swear to you, sir.
What were you going to use the condoms for?
She told me to bring them also.
So you did everything just because she told you?
Yes, sir, I swear to you that is the reason for it.
Then why did you send her pictures like this?
Because she asked me to.
She asked you to send pictures?
She didn't ask me to send nude pictures, I know.
Right. Did you say you are ready to have my fang in your mouth?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by that?
Are you ready to have my in your mouth?
It's strawberry flavored, bro.
Pretty much what I meant.
But if she was open to the idea,
yes,
you would have had sex with a 13-year-old girl?
Probably, yeah.
Why? Because it's so alluring to have sex with a 13-year-old girl?
It's just something that you'll probably never have again. That would be probably the cleanest, best pleasure, I would say.
The cleanest, best pleasure?
Yes, sir.
Is to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. You know, you look familiar.
Oh, snap!
Oops.
Why don't you have a seat, please? Michael, right?
Oops, sorry.
All right, Michael, have a seat. I want to talk to you for a little bit. How you doing tonight?
Good, sorry.
Do you remember who I am?
Mm.
Do you remember? We talked once before. All right, well, we have to talk once again here.
Can I just go?
I have to talk to you first. What are you doing here, Michael?
I'm sorry.
Now, we went through this once before.
Yeah, I know.
In Riverside.
Yeah, oh.
And you came to meet a young girl there, and we talked about how it was wrong. You were just in court on Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened in court on Friday?
He said more time.
More time before the next court date.
Yeah.
Now, Michael, I need you to sit right on that stool there. Do me a favor. Just.
Can I just go home?
It's just going to take a little bit. I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm sorry what I did.
Okay. But you got to explain to me why or how you thought it was okay after having a court date stemming from our last visit, and then within 24 hours you show up at this house to meet another young girl. What are you thinking about? Now you know.
I know it.
Do you ever watch television?
Yes, I know, sir.
You know what?
The show, sir.
The show.
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the show on television?
Yes, a couple of times.
A couple of times. And you know what the show is called?
Dateline.
Dateline what? To Catch a Predator.
Sir, I'm not a really predator, sir, but I'm just...
You're not a real predator.
No, sir.
Just a pretend predator.
No, I'm just curious, sir.
A curious predator. Well, then what do you call somebody who's an adult who comes over to meet a child home alone after a sexually explicit conversation? What is that called? I mean, you tell me.
My name is Jeff.
Now, when you saw those To Catch a Predator shows, what went through your mind?
It's really bad for them. It's really... They're older.
Right, it's bad for them. They shouldn't be doing it.
Yes, sir.
Yet, here you are.
Yeah, I know.
Doing the very same thing.
Come on in, man. I just whacked my toe on the banister.
Where are you?
I hit my toe on the banister. Oh, I gotta go get a Band-Aid. Now I'm bleeding, and I'm gonna get shot if I bleed on the rug. Hang out at the bar for a second. I'll be right back down, all right?
All right.
He turns towards the door, and he's doing something with the zipper. Now, I still to this day don't know exactly what his plan was. How are you tonight?
Fine.
Just do me a favor and have a seat right over on that stool.
Yes, sir.
Now, what were you doing with your pants there when you were heading towards the door? Were you hiding something in your pants?
No, there ain't nothing. Look, I'll show you everything.
Well, I don't... You didn't see
Oh,
everything. But you brought quite the selection tonight.
Yes, sir.
What do we have here?
Well, that's mine.
All of this is yours?
Yes, sir.
And you just thought this would be a nice warm place to drink it?
Well, no, sir. I was talking to her online. She invited me over.
Yeah. And who is she?
What is her online name? Bush Girl or something like that.
Bush Sucks Girl.
That's it. I just wanted a place to drink. I wasn't going to do nothing.
You didn't have any place to drink, so you thought you'd come here?
Yes, sir.
Just to hang out and drink?
Yes, sir.
And you're going to drink?
No, some of that was going home with me.
Some's going home?
Oh, yeah.
Were you going to give any to the 15-year-old?
Oh, no. I don't do that.
And
I got a 15-year-old daughter myself.
You've got a 15-year-old daughter yourself?
Yes. I just wanted a place to sit and drink.
Why couldn't you drink at home?
Well, my daughter's got her friends there, and I don't like drinking in front of her.
So you thought you'd come over here and drink in front of another 15-year-old girl who's not your daughter?
No, that's not my intention. Well, yeah, my intention was to drink in front of a
15-year-old girl?
Yes, I see what you're saying.
Does that make any sense?
No.
All right. It appears to be clear from this transcript that you are open to the idea of having sex with this girl.
No. Well, yes. Would I? No. Or maybe. If she wanted sex and I was drunk enough, I'm not going to say I wouldn't. I'm not going to say I would. I can't say what I would do when I'm drunk.
3 months, News 8 has been reporting on questions about the TV show To Catch a Predator and its sting in Murphy, Texas. Now NBC is being sued for $105 million for its role in the show. News 8's Byron Harris has our story tonight.
This was the final sting in NBC's Murphy episode of To Catch a Predator. As Murphy and Terrell police entered this house with an erroneous search warrant, the man inside, an alleged internet sexual predator, killed himself. Bill Conrad was a former Kaufman County District Attorney. Now his sister, Patricia Conrad, is suing NBC for $105 million.
The entertainment industry cannot act as police, judge, jury, executioner. And for a corporation like NBC, ratings and money matter.
Get on the ground. Get on the ground. To Catch a Predator is a ratings success for NBC. The lawsuit alleges the network puts its profits ahead of trapping sexual predators, that the show unethically obtains confidential data from local law enforcement officials, that it fabricates evidence and ultimately commits bribery by offering law enforcement officials inducements to participate. And the show, the lawsuit alleges, coerced law enforcement officials into cooperating in its stings. All of that adds up to racketeering, bribery, and civil rights violations, according to the lawsuit, which charges that Bill Conrad died as a result.
I have no problem, and I'm sure the nation should have no problem, with cameras standing behind the police and law enforcement doing their job. Everyone should have a problem with the cameras in front of the police, as was here.
The lawsuit alleges that a pattern of bribery existed between NBC and law enforcement officials in 6 other cities besides Murphy, where the show was shot. Attorney Bruce Barron says he has no plans to sue the city of Murphy at this time. NBC says it plans to fight the lawsuit vigorously. Byron Harris, Channel 8.
Did you see any action?
Yeah.
Did you go to the war?
Yeah, it was the first one when it first happened.
In Iraq?
Yeah.
Now, as a member of the United States military, there's a code of honor. Did you break that code tonight?
I'll say in some ways, yeah.
Hey, you there?
Yeah.
Hang out at the bar for a second. I just stubbed your crap on my toe and I'm about to bleed all over the carpet. Did you bring the mic?
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Your heart is always in your throat for the first couple, and then, of course, you're anxious. I mean, you're approaching somebody you don't know, and as much as we've researched this person's background, you just never know what's going to happen, and you have to be prepared. So, yeah, you're anxious every time you do it. That never goes away.
Find the place all right?
Yeah.
So bring your bag and come on over here for a minute, will you?
Well, I knew that was going to happen.
You knew what was going to happen. You knew what's this? Have a seat on that stool there, if you would.
In Ohio, we saw really for the first time multiple guys say that they had seen one of our past 3 investigations. And it did surprise me, because I'm thinking, well, if you saw the previous show, what are you doing here?
Ronell, do you ever watch television?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yeah, and I've seen this on TV.
You've seen this on TV before?
Pretty much knew this was going to happen.
You knew it was going to happen? What made you think that this was in fact going to happen?
Well, 'cause for one, which I think is really, is kind of like misleading in a way, but for one, I just knew, I could tell because of how she just kept trying to see if I was really going to come,
So you smelled a rat?
Yeah.
But you came anyway?
Yeah.
Why?
Something I did.
Something you did?
You feel sorry for a lot of these guys, and especially if you're talking about somebody who served in the military, if they served perhaps in the Iraqi War, and what are you doing here? But then you go back and read the transcript, and you see what was said, how it was said.
What do you do for a living, Ronell?
I just got out the military.
You got out of the military? What branch?
The Navy.
The Navy. And where did you serve in the Navy?
Well, at first I was stationed in Washington.
In Washington?
And been deployed like 2-3 times.
Did you see any action?
Yeah.
Did you go to the war?
Yeah, it was the first one there when it first happened.
In Iraq?
Yeah.
Now, as a member of the United States military, there's a code of honor.
Mm-hmm.
Did you break that code tonight?
I'll say in some ways, yeah.
In some ways, yes.
Yeah. But in other ways, I would say no because I really haven't, actually.
But Ronell, you're a grown man.
Yeah.
Showing up with alcohol to meet a 13-year-old girl home alone. How does that look?
Bad.
After you reread that transcript, you feel a little less sorry for these guys.
You say, well, I'm in for whatever. I'm not scary. I don't have no girlfriend. You should be my little mammy. What does that mean?
It was just a little joke that was kind of...
Little joke.
I ain't know if she took it serious or not, but I ain't.
She talks about how she doesn't want to get pregnant. You say, I wouldn't get you pregnant.
She brought it up. I didn't.
Yeah, but you're here.
She's the one that brought all that up. She wanted to drink, so I got that.
If you wanted to have sex, I would, okay. I know that's what you wanted me to say, wasn't it? So you were game if she was game, basically.
I couldn't say 100% that I would.
What percent could you say?
I would say it was more like a 50-50.
A 50-50 deal. So maybe you'd have sex with her, maybe not.
Yeah.
This is the part where I say, I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and the cameras come out, and we ask if there's anything else you want to tell us. So if there's anything else you want us to know, we'd like to hear it.
No, not really. It's just, I ain't really. I mean, I realize I made, coming here was a mistake. But, good thing that it didn't progress to nothing further.
It's a good thing that we were here and a 13-year-old girl was not.
Right. I'm not going to say that anything would happen, but it's just, I don't know, I just apologize if I offended anybody, but...
You have the right to remain silent. You understand that? Say yes or no.
Yes, sir.
In every investigation, once we finish talking to the potential predator, they're arrested, they're taken to a processing center, and then they're taken to another area where they're interviewed by police detectives.
Do you know how old the person was that you were coming to visit today?
Yes, sir.
How old?
She told me 13. So.
A predator.
we've been investigating the national epidemic of grown men using the internet to solicit underage teens for sex. As more and more parents become aware of the dangers, so have lawmakers in Washington. Good evening, I'm Stone Phillips.
And I'm Ann Curry. Both houses of Congress have now passed a bill to create the first nationwide registry for sex offenders, which in many states includes online sex predators.
This time we take our hidden cameras to Florida. We thought we'd seen and heard just about everything, but what we found there surprised even our own Chris Hansen. A reminder, some of what you'll see is explicit.
Hey, come on in! I made some cookies.
Hello?
They're on the table.
Hi.
Take a seat.
This 49-year-old man and the teenager talking to him have never met before. He probably believes she's the 15-year-old he's been chatting online with for the last week and a half.
Hey, I just had to change my shirt real quick, but just come in and watch some TV. I'll be right there.
Okay. What he doesn't know is she's really a 19-year-old actress we hired to be a decoy. And he has just walked into a Dateline hidden camera investigation.
Come on in over here. Have a seat there. Hungry? How does it taste?
Great. Wow. These are home baked?
Do you want time to finish your cookie, or?
Not really.
Okay, so you're good. If I ask you a couple questions.
It's the latest in our continuing series of investigations into online sex predators. For the first time, we're in the South, Fort Myers, Florida. Hilton Daniels is Fort Myers Chief of Police.
I've had a lot of parents call me and say, hey, I've caught my kid talking to someone over the internet. I've had my kids slip out of the house and go meet someone. What do I do?
While searching for a way to help parents and children in his community, Chief Daniels says he saw one of our previous broadcasts and had an idea.
We decided, well, let's get a hold of Perverted Justice and have them teach us how to do this operation.
We're trying to make contact and get an update right now.
Perverted Justice, an online watchdog group Dateline has been working with during each of our computer predator investigations. Its members are experts at pretending to be kids online and on the phone.
Yeah, you sound nice.
Dateline hired Perverted Justice members to do what they've been doing for the last 4 years. Chat online with men looking for minors, hoping to meet the teens for sex. The members go into chat rooms and on social networking sites like MySpace and TeenSpot using profiles of young teens. Sometimes the decoys act eager about having sex.
He thinks he's talking to the girl.
Since Perverted Justice members want to see these predators arrested, they were more than willing to help out the Fort Myers Police Department.
Perverted Justice says, hey, not only will we teach you, we'll come down and do it for you. So the next thing I know, we're setting up the sting operation.
His left hand is in his pocket.
Frag, his screen name from Perverted Justice, worked out a plan with Chief Daniels' officers. Once a potential predator makes a date online for sex with a minor, the chat logs will be sent to detectives and prosecutors who are staked out in the guest house behind our house.
Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the State Attorney's Office, they were reviewing the chat logs to make sure that this person had already violated state statute.
We just now got the child log on, yeah. We'll take a look at it as soon as...
Under Florida law, it's a crime for an adult to solicit sex with a minor online.
Coming to the house was kind of like the icing on the cake.
For our latest investigation, we've come to this lovely home in an upscale neighborhood. There are 5 cameras outside, including one hidden in a palm tree. It covers the street from both sides, able to spot a potential predator's car a block before he arrives.
Knocking on the back door, call out.
Hey, come on in!
As for the cameras inside the house, there are 8.
Coming your way, move.
Watch this man.
He's in the kitchen.
From the moment he walks in the door, his every move is caught on tape, although he doesn't know it yet.
He's coming into the living room. Chris has him.
What are you doing here today?
Is this some kind of setup or something?
What do you mean?
I'm just on my way to the beach.
He's Michael Willis, screen name Generic White Male. He's almost 50 years old, and he's been chatting online with a girl who calls herself Jolanda and who says she's 15. He lies to her about his age, typing, "I'm 30. You probably don't want me around you. I'm cute, though. Built good." Then he says,
"We'd have to keep us a secret because of the age difference. Younger girls like you don't come along often. I'd want you again and again."
Then he sends an online picture of his penis to the girl who told him she was 15.
And how did you meet her?
Well, of course online.
You act like I should know that.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a common thing now.
Just to meet young girls online.
No, meet any women online.
Then I remind generic white male that Jolanda told him she was 15.
What? No way.
You know, I have the transcript of your conversation with Jolanda.
You know what? I don't want this cookie. I just want to get to the beach.
Come here, just 1 second, sir.
But generic white male won't be going to the beach today. As he heads out the back, he stumbles off the porch right into the arms of the Fort Myers Police Department. The police quickly take him down to the ground. In Florida, where it's relatively easy to get a permit to carry a concealed weapon, these officers aren't taking any chances.
The best thing to do is, as quickly as possible, was to get this person on the ground with their hands behind him and handcuffed.
He's taken away in an unmarked police vehicle and brought to this transfer station. Generic white male's car is searched.
There's some condoms and things like that in there.
And he's put into a marked police car and taken to jail. The next morning, he's brought before a judge, and bail is set.
So it'll be a composite bond of $40,000. That's all.
Get up on 4. The gold car coming down is our boy.
After previous investigations in 4 different states, we've seen and heard some strange things. But even we were surprised at what we found here in Florida.
All I gotta say is, ain't nothing going on here, dude. Nothing funny going on here.
Coming up, a suspect comes knocking while his sister and her kids wait in the car. How will he explain that one?
Your poor sister's waiting outside with 2 babies in the car?
Yeah. When To Catch a Predator continues.
Here he comes.
Our 13 cameras are in place and rolling, including one high up in a palm tree. We're able to spot a potential predator's car long before he gets to our house.
This is our boy.
The man walking in our back door is 21-year-old David Schumacher, screen name Freebird 72000. He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a young teen named B.
Knock, knock.
Hey, come on in.
Our 19-year-old actress, the decoy playing B, invites him in.
You can try one of my cookies. They're so good.
Did you make them?
Yeah, I made it myself.
All right, I eat one. I like chocolate chip.
Online, he invites the girl, who told him she was 14 and a virgin, to a birthday party. And from his online chat, it appears he has his sights on a party for 2.
I want to be your first, baby.
Okay.
You gonna put my in your mouth? 'Cause I like that.
I guess I can try it.
Just let me drive, baby. I'll show you heaven.
He goes on to talk about having different kinds of sex with the virgin, and then gets almost poetic.
Do you want to make love or for your first time?
What's the difference?
It's just raw passion, and making love is a connection of bodies, I guess.
Freebird 72000 also mentions online that he's going to bring marijuana.
Did you bring some green?
No, we're gonna smoke some, though. We're gonna get some.
Cookies are good munchies.
Now, again, tell me your parents rich. What do they do for a living?
Hey, why don't you have a seat right over there? Good, how are you? What's happening?
Like so many of the men who walk into this house, the man sits and answers questions. He can't figure out if I'm the girl's father or a police officer. And remember, he has no idea he's being videotaped.
What's going on?
You tell me what's going on.
You a dad or something?
What are you doing here?
I'm David. How you doing?
David, I'm Chris. Nice to see you. How's everything?
Good. Chilling. Birthday party.
So the girl here was going to go with you to the birthday party.
Who are you?
I'll get to that in a minute.
All right.
What's your date's name for the party?
B.
B. And how old is B?
I don't know. She didn't really tell me.
But she did tell him. Online, she typed her age, 14, female, South Florida. And he said, "What would your parents say about you talking to someone as old as me?" Then Freebird seems to worry I'm a cop.
You seem like law enforcement. I happen to know law enforcement.
You do. So you're an expert in this area.
No, I'm just saying, you come off as law enforcement.
Really? You know how you come off?
How's that?
Somebody who's very nervous. Somebody who came over here to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
14-year-old?
I read him some of what he said online.
Are you sexy naked? Have you ever played with yourself? You gonna put my in your mouth?
And I like
Because I like that, I'll teach you.
And you're trying to say
I'm trying to say it makes it look like you came here.
I didn't come here. I came
to
pick her
have
up.
sex with an underage girl.
We were in a role-playing chat room, dude.
And what role were you playing exactly here?
People play roles, man. Anytime, never ask role-playing. People just talk. My God, dude. This is some kind of hold up, man. You got a warrant, because, I mean, if the girl don't want to come, and if you got a problem...
A warrant? What are you, a defense lawyer now?
I'm saying, man. You don't got no cause to hold me. I got no problem sitting here to talk to you.
Right, okay.
He sticks to the story that he's here to take the girl to a party, but it turns out he didn't come here alone. Waiting outside in the car is his sister and her 2 young children. He says his sister was going to drive them to the party.
Yeah.
And your poor sister's waiting outside with 2 babies in the car?
Yeah. So,
because you had to come over here and have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
I didn't come over here to have sex.
Why would you put that sister of yours
I didn't come over here to have sex. I come over here to get the girl and go to the party, dude.
We learn his sister apparently didn't know he was trying to meet an underage girl. Later, you'll find out what happens when I tell him I'm with Dateline.
Nothing funny going on here.
There are more potential predators to confront. As you can see, the palm tree cam picks up another man headed our way. This time, he's riding a motorcycle.
He's parking right by the door.
Instead of coming in right away, he stays outside and smokes a cigarette. Our actress tries to get him to come inside.
Call him. He's getting nervous.
Hey, come on in!
All right, you just put a cigarette in the trash. He's heading towards the door.
He's 45-year-old Dennis Ramsey, a truck driver screen name Daddy for You. He drove 4 hours to meet a girl who told him online she was 14, home alone, and willing to have sex with him. Online, Daddy for You says, I just met you, I like you, and the world says it's wrong because I'm older than you. Then later, under a different screen name, Bluegrass Rules, he brings up the idea of having sex with her in a roundabout way.
I said we can't have sex, but that's up to you.
It might be okay.
If we do, you have to assure me no one will ever find out.
And where are you?
Oh, hey! I'm just picking out a jacket to wear on the bike. Just take a seat.
It's quite a place.
Glad you like it.
How you doing? How you doing?
Good. Why don't you have a seat right over that chair?
Oh, man.
Thanks for smoking outside.
Well,
go ahead. Please have a seat. What are you up to?
Well, I knew this was going to happen.
He tells me he has kids of his own and drove 4 hours simply to warn our teenager about the dangers of talking to strangers on the internet.
I came to let her know that when you do that, you can be anybody.
So you came to help her out of the goodness of your heart?
No, that sounds stupid, but maybe you could say that. I don't know.
And what about his chat log?
You ask her what size her boobs are. She says 32B. You say yummy. And again, you get somewhat suspicious. You say, you're not trying to set me up, are you? Are you a cop? If anyone ever knew about this, I would go to jail.
I can't tell you how ashamed I am.
And as you'll see later, he'll be even more ashamed when he finds out he's going to be on national television. But first, there are more men about to arrive for their date with a young teen. Some won't stay long.
No, sir. Wait a minute.
And one man wants to take his date for a ride.
Come here.
And coming up a little later tonight, one of the most profoundly troubling cases we've seen. A father brings his own small child along on a date to meet an underage teen and walks into a confrontation he never expected.
I got to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you just straight up right now.
To Catch a Predator continues in a moment.
He's coming, Emily. Hold on. Wave, 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 wave. Oh, he saw you. He saw you. He's hitting the brakes and backing up.
During our undercover operations, it's not uncommon for potential predators to appear hesitant about walking in the door.
He's trying to wave her out to the street. No way.
But we've never seen anyone like this man.
He's bringing his car all the way back, guys.
He pulls in around back and starts asking the decoy, our actress playing a young teen, to come outside.
No, you come here.
It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning when 44-year-old Thomas Moffat, screen name Moff 1960, pulls up to our house. He's a maintenance engineer for the Boca Raton Resort, a married man with 3 children. He drove more than 2 hours to meet a girl named Tony who said she was 15. Really, it's a decoy from Perverted Justice.
I'm trying to hit on you and you're laughing at me?
No, I'm not.
Okay, good. Am I freaking you out?
Why would you freak me out?
Because I'm 44 and I'm hitting on you? So would you ever fool around with an old guy like me?
Once they set up an actual date to meet at her house, Moff 1960 makes his plans very clear.
Okay, how about after I come in, I'll strip?
For reals?
Sure, if you want me to.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
You can take your clothes off in the laundry room if you want to.
He finally gets out of his car, but won't come any closer than the back step.
And you said you were going to do something for me in the laundry room. Were you lying to me? Are you going to back out on me? Because that's what I feel like you're going to do now.
Cautious.
Moff 1960 senses something different about the girl in the house.
Can you come here, please?
I'm right here.
Please?
In fact, something is different. Our actress is not actually the decoy who sent Moff 1960 a photograph of herself and spoke to him on the phone. That was a member of Perverted Justice.
You haven't acted this way when we've talked before.
Oh, really? Well, talking in person is a little different than talking online.
And you don't sound the same in person as you did on the phone.
Well...
Oh, your picture looks different, too.
This odd conversation goes on for half an hour. At one point, he tells her to show him proof that she is who she says she is.
Get your library card.
He paces outside, peeking in the window. When the decoy comes back without her library card, he tries to convince her to get in his car and go to Walgreens.
Where's the Walgreens at?
This is ridiculous. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
As we told you earlier, Fort Myers police officers are staked out in the guest house. So as the man tries to get in his car,
Get down! Get down!
he's arrested.
Get down! Put your hands behind your back!
So we never get to tell him he's going to be on Dateline. And he wasn't the only one.
Okay, guys, he's out of the car. He's walking really, really fast.
This 24-year-old, Elazar Henson, screen name Importuner81, is here after making a date online with a girl posing as a 13-year-old. He told her he'd bring marijuana.
Did you bring a pot?
He begins to look around and appears to spot our crew upstairs.
Hi.
Yeah, did you bring a pot?
No.
And he takes off.
Go take him. Take him.
Here comes another man who doesn't stick around very long.
He's coming up the driveway. He's walking fast.
He's 43-year-old Freddie Fernandez, screen name Latin Hawk 63. He's been having an X-rated online chat with a decoy posing as a 15-year-old. Like several men in our investigations, he even sent her a picture of his penis.
Hey, how are you? All right. You should have a seat right in that chair. No, sir. Wait 1 minute.
Get down! Now!
He's walking up the driveway.
And here's another man who doesn't realize he's walked into our investigation. This case of a man who calls himself Pepe is a first for us.
Hey, Pepe, I'm in here.
Do it again.
Hey, Pepe, come on in.
He's 41-year-old Jose Falcon, screen name Florida, in Miami. He's been chatting online with a girl who said she was 12 and a virgin. He lies about his age, saying he's 27, and he says he has plans to teach the 12-year-old how to have sex. He describes in X-rated detail what he wants to do to her. The picture sent to him is of our actress. Now she's trying to get him in the house.
Hey, Pepe, I'm in here.
Do it again.
Hey, Pepe, are you there? Hey, come on in. Come on in, Pepe.
It takes our decoy a while to get him inside, and when she does, I come out.
Fine, please have a seat right here. No.
He indicates to me he's deaf.
Oh, it's okay. Can you read something?
And then heads for the door.
Looks like this guy's deaf, guys.
Get down! Get down!
As for the rest of the potential predators who do stick around, they're full of excuses.
I'm looking for work and stuff.
But what will they say when they find out they're going to be on national television?
How y'all do? NBC?
Red was the color of his shirt. It was also the color of his face. Coming up, how will he react when he's nabbed by police? When To Catch a Predator continues.
Welcome back to our latest investigation into online sex predators. Tonight we're in Florida, where we've rented a home in an upscale neighborhood and set it up with 13 hidden cameras. So far we've seen all kinds of men driving up to the house to meet up with someone posing as an underage teen home alone. Now another one is on the way, and soon all these men will learn what's really happening. They're being exposed on national television. Again, Chris Hansen.
Parking out front. He's out in the vehicle.
The man in the black hat is 31-year-old Thomas Coffin, a self-employed handyman. He's here after making a date online for sex with a girl pretending to be 14. He tells her, "I am into young girls. I like them better than the older girls." And he goes further, admitting he's done this before. When the decoy types, "How young have you dated, though?" he says 14.
Come on in, I'm in here. I'm just getting changed. I got some chocolate on my shirt.
Trying to find this place was hard.
Online, he tells the girl posing as a 14-year-old several times that he loves her. He also makes it clear he's coming to the house to have sex with her. He even sends her a picture of himself naked.
Hey, how are you?
But when I show
have a
up,
seat on
he
that
explains
stool for me
it's
there,
all
pal.
a big misunderstanding.
What's up?
I'm looking for work and stuff.
Looking for work and stuff.
Yeah.
And what kind of work were you looking for here exactly?
I do blacktop sealing.
And what brought you to this address exactly? Did the owner of the house call you for blacktop work? Or?
I put ads out and stuff.
Really? And did you bring all your blacktop stuff with you?
And just come down just to look at it.
Oh, just to look at it. Now, do you want to start the story again?
What do you mean?
Tell the truth.
I talked to a lot of people.
So you weren't really here to give an estimate for a blacktop job?
No.
That was a lie.
Sorry about that.
He also seemed sorry he sent that picture.
That's appropriate?
No.
To send to a 14-year-old girl?
He doesn't deny he sent the picture, but does he know it's a possible crime?
Do you know that this is illegal to send something like this to someone you think is underage? Do you get that?
Yeah. Oh, it won't happen again, I can tell you that one.
Then he tries to explain it all away as one big computer glitch.
I shut down my computer and stuff, and my computer's messed up.
Your computer, so it just, what, magically typed itself like a player piano?
No, it's messed up. I'm saying I got a virus in it and stuff.
What's messed up is this conversation. So what was your intent today? Just to babysit until she's old enough to...
Just come over to say hi. That was it.
But how will he explain that online the decoy asked him to bring condoms, and he just happens to have them in his shirt pocket?
I always have them on.
You always carry them right there in your pocket?
Well, yeah, I sit on, they end up getting crushed.
Do you see how this looks, Thomas?
Yeah, it looks bad.
And it looks bad for all the men you've seen walking in our door.
I don't like myself right now at all, man.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who meet teens on the internet.
Like most of the men who find out they've been caught in a Dateline undercover investigation, this man, the 45-year-old truck driver who made plans online to meet a girl who told him she was 14, has nothing more to say.
You're obviously free to walk out that door that you came in.
I will do that. Thank you.
But he won't get very far.
Get down. Get your ass on the ground now.
Fort Myers police are ready to make the arrest.
Do everything you're told. You will not get hurt.
He's taken away in an unmarked police car and brought to a transfer station,
Spread your legs out.
where he's searched, put in another car, and transported to jail. Meanwhile, back at our house, another man thinks he has his own solution to being exposed on national television. Remember the 21-year-old who duped his sister into driving him to meet a girl who said she was 14?
And we're doing a story on adults who try to meet kids on the internet.
Hey man, I don't want to be on the news. You feel me?
We are filming.
I don't want to be on the news, dog.
Well, it's a little late for that, dog. Now, if there's anything else you want to tell me...
He quickly comes up with a disguise. And as far as interviews go, this may be a television first.
All I gotta say is, ain't nothing going on here, dude. Nothing funny going on here.
Nothing funny going on.
No, if the girl's really 14, then I go. But
she told you she was 14.
We were in the role-playing chat room, dude.
You know how many times I hear that?
Am I being held up here?
You're not being held up. You're free to walk out that same door you walked in.
Do y'all want to interview? Hey, how y'all doing? Okay. How y'all doing? NBC?
NBC.
NBC. And you're
Chris Hansen.
All right.
Dateline
listen.
NBC.
Let me explain something to NBC for a second here. I don't know what kind of rap y'all got on people, but maybe y'all can get the whole story because this girl is in a role-playing chat room. Whose house is this? Can I smoke this shit?
No,
right
you
now?
can't smoke this.
I don't think so.
You can smoke outside.
All right, dude. Whatever.
He decides to go out the front door.
Run into the car. Move.
But that doesn't stop detectives from catching him and placing him under arrest. And when he shows up at the transfer station, police search him, and he keeps talking.
Y'all thought y'all was gonna get some green. Hey, NBC, 2 words, role-playing chat room, dude, because the girl was role-playing, man.
We checked with Perverted Justice and were told he met the decoy in a Florida romance room, not a role-playing chat room.
What's that for your pedophile thing?
Yeah.
And the transcripts of his online chats and phone calls were enough for police to charge him with a felony.
Good, because when I get found not guilty, I'm sue somebody.
Even after he's placed in the police car, he goes on talking.
I'm not guilty, man. Do I look like I need 14-year-old girls? I don't need 14-year-old girls, dude. I got all kind of girls.
And he has even more to say when he's brought to the jail.
NBC again. How y'all doing, NBC?
It turns out there was at least one thing he said earlier that turned out to be true.
I happen to know law enforcement.
He has quite a long rap sheet. In 2002, he led police on a high-speed chase in a stolen car. He was also convicted of grand theft and trying to sell the stolen goods. And twice, he was convicted of battery. Back at the transfer station, police are searching suspects' vehicles.
I think it's the Coffin 1012.
This car belongs to the 31-year-old man in the black hat. He was planning on meeting a girl who said she was 14.
He had some condoms were in there. The address of the location was on there on a piece of paper, so we took all that as evidence.
This car belongs to the man who ran after spotting our crew. He showed up to meet a girl who said she was 13.
Located notebook with some address to the target house. Cell phone, 2 condoms, Kodak Funsaver camera, and 3 adult magazines.
And this car belongs to the 45-year-old who was too afraid to come into the house and meet a girl who told him she was 12.
That's all right. Like an over-the-counter bag or something?
What kind of effort did it take for the police to handle an operation this big? Chief Hilton Daniels is the man in charge.
We had 50-something police officers. We had officers from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, and we had attorneys from the state attorney's office directing the takedowns.
And it was the interrogations, according to Chief Daniels, that proved to be their best evidence.
They confessed to exactly what was read to them off the chat logs.
Hello?
Remember this man, Michael Willis, screen name generic white male? He's the 49-year-old who came to meet a girl who said she's 15. He was the one who threw the cookie.
You know what? I don't want this cookie.
And left.
I have some more questions
While he
for
could
you.
walk away from Dateline's interview, he couldn't walk away from Detective Jennifer Ladelfa.
Confessed to everything, that he had solicited her over the internet, stated that he knew that she was underage, and that he'd come down here to make his fantasy come to fruition.
While for some men it might take getting arrested and then being interrogated before confessing, back at the house you're about to meet 2 men who admit doing things you won't believe.
I had nude pictures of her on my computer.
Coming up, it's not the first time our next suspects say they've targeted underage teens.
How often do you meet underage girls online?
Probably 10, 15.
10, 15. Underage girls you've met online.
To Catch a Predator continues in a moment.
He's pulling in the driveway. Go out and throw a little wave at him.
This is 27-year-old Eric Thornton, screen name Balin79. He drove 4 hours thinking he was going to meet a girl who told him online she was 14. At one point during the chat, he gets on his webcam and masturbates and types, "Did you see it?" The decoy says, "Not really, too dark," and he types back, "Shoot," and then brags about what he had just done.
Yo, Liz.
Now he's in our house.
Hey, come on in.
All right.
I made some chocolate chip cookies and I left them on the table. Just take a seat. I'll be right there.
That's fine. No problem. You're good.
You like them? I made them all by myself. I can't wait to see you.
I know.
Online, he said he'd bring alcohol and condoms, so the actress asks him about it.
What kind of alcohol did you bring?
I brought Absolute Citron, I brought Mandarin Orange, I brought a shot of Jägermeister, I got Bush.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
I don't know, I could get some more if I need to.
Did you bring condoms?
Food.
Well, with all that, it sounds like you've got a pretty big night planned, huh?
Yep.
2 different kinds of vodka. Brought some beer. And what else?
That's it.
That's it. Condoms. So what was your plan here tonight?
My plan? Just to hang out.
To hang out. And you thought it was okay as a 27-year-old to come here and meet a 14-year-old with alcohol and condoms?
No.
Then why did you do it?
Because I just thought it was like a good idea.
A good idea? Turns out, he says, this isn't the first time he's gone after underage teens.
How often do you meet underage girls online and set up a visit?
Not that much.
Ballpark it for me.
Probably 10, 15.
10, 15. Have you met them in person? And what did you do when you met them in person?
Well, actually, I didn't really meet him.
He keeps changing his story. Finally, he admits he has a problem when it comes to chatting with underage girls online.
I've went to counseling many times.
So based upon the fact that you're here to meet a 14-year-old, that counseling isn't working out too well, is it?
I don't know.
It's possible that the counseling isn't working because he says he stopped going about 5 months ago.
Did you plan on spending the night?
Yes, I wanted to spend the night, but I didn't want to do anything too graphic until I actually met that person.
Well, what do you think should happen to you, Eric?
Just go home and learn from this.
But he's not going to get off that easy. It's time to tell him who I am.
I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC, and
He doesn't run when he sees the cameras. Instead, he decides to give any potential predator this advice.
Just whatever you do, do not get into underage people at all. I feel regretful. I feel horrible that I did this.
But that heartfelt speech, those words of wisdom, won't help him this time around.
Please get down the ground! Down the ground!
Like all the other men you've seen, he's patted down, photographed, and his car is searched.
You got your food and beer that Ezra found in his left front pocket.
And off to jail. Most of the men who came to our undercover house were chatting online with decoys for a week or more.
Red pickup's coming back.
But not this potential predator. He's 48-year-old Donald Morrison, screen name Donnie 1957, male. He started the online chat with a girl posing as a 15-year-old at 8 p.m. this very same night. Wasting no time, he types, "I want to meet you and fool around. Are you up to meeting tonight, hon?" Then he makes a plan to come to her house around 11 p.m.
He's walking up.
The guy's in the driveway for those.
It's now 11:30, and look who's walking up the driveway.
He's opening the door.
Hello.
Hey, come on in!
Well, you got a big house.
Try one of my cookies. They're so good.
Chocolate chips my favorite.
Mine too.
When I make them for Christmas, I make about 10 dozen of them.
Whoa. Why so many?
Because we usually have family in from the up north. We had like 14 of us here this year.
Holy cow.
Can I get you a glass of milk to go along with those cookies?
Sure.
What's going on?
I don't know. I just was talking to her and she said come down and visit her.
Just like our other visitor, he admits he has a problem when it comes to underage girls.
I have a compulsion with for younger women, just meeting them. I've met about a dozen of them online.
And so this is something you do frequently?
No, I haven't done it I haven't done it since I moved here to Florida.
And where did you live before?
Texas.
And so you did this a lot in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get in trouble for it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, I got in trouble because I met a girl in Michigan.
And how old was that girl?
17.
And what trouble did you get in there?
Well, her grandfather tried to charge me with something. They couldn't do anything. So they arrested me for possessing child pornography because I had nude pictures of her on my computer. They ended up dropping the charges.
And how did you get the naked pictures of the teenage girl?
I met her in Michigan, and I took them.
You took the pictures of the girl, and then you put them on your computer?
On my computer, yeah. They were digital pictures.
After the 48-year-old asks the decoy online if she's looking for sex, he brings up the possibility that she might be a cop.
What made you think that this might be a police operation?
Just after seeing all these things on Dateline, you know, like I said, this is the first time I've done it since I've been here.
So you've seen all the Dateline stories?
Mm-hmm.
And what did you think of those stories?
I thought some of them were pretty bad. I mean, I saw the one where they were coming over for sex with boys and stuff like that, you know. And I'm not really into, you know, pedophilia. You know, this is probably considered that. And I know this is probably going to be on Dateline too, so go ahead and put it on.
Well, you know who I am.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline
Right,
NBC.
I understand. I know who. I recognize it from the voice.
And everything you've just said and done has all been recorded.
Okay.
And if you have anything else you'd like to tell us, we'd like to hear it.
Just saying that, you know, I shouldn't have done it. I mean, this is something I normally don't go out and do.
I want you to be honest with me. If I wasn't here tonight, and a young girl was, who was alone and willing to have sex, what do you think would have happened?
Probably it would have happened.
Probably would have had sex. You would have gone ahead and done it.
Probably, yes. I mean, I could say honestly, yes, it probably would have if she would have, you know, said, hey, let's go for it.
And you don't see anything wrong with that?
Yes, I do see things wrong with it, but I had lack of judgment.
And here's a first. Before he leaves, he actually thanks me.
Thank you for bringing, you know, kicking me in the pants and setting me straight, Chris.
He leaves through the back door, and the police are waiting.
Police, get on the ground! On the ground! On the ground!
196.
He's taken to the transfer station.
Box of condoms.
When he gets to the jail, he goes into diabetic shock.
Am I going to be able to get
He's taken in handcuffs to the hospital, where he's treated and then brought back to jail. The next day, he appears before a judge.
Donald Morrison, you're charged with a sex offense against a child.
Your Honor, may I ask a question?
No, sir.
Okay.
When we return, if you're outraged over what you've seen so far, watching these suspects, you'll be saddened by what you witness next. What this man did stunned everyone who saw it.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. A father brings his own 5-year-old son to the house. When To Catch a Predator continues.
Deli's backing out now.
After conducting 4 internet predator investigations in 4 different states, you'd think we'd be prepared for anything.
He's getting out of the car.
But what happens here in Florida shocks us all.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. No. He brought his son with him. He's got his child with him.
He's a 40-year-old married man, Clifford Wallach, screen name Photofix. He's here to meet a boy who told him online he was 14. Dell from Perverted Justice, posing as the boy, talks to Photofix on the phone.
He said, I like oral, all aspects. I said, giving or receiving. He said, both. I said, cool. He said, you up for that? I said, sure.
Coming in the back door.
Holding his son's hand, the 40-year-old walks into the house.
What'd you got?
Because we don't want to scare the little boy, we immediately tell the man what's going on.
I got to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you just straight up right now.
Yeah.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Okay.
We're doing a story on adults eating children, and since you have your child here, I'm not going to pursue this.
Okay.
But I think you know what you were doing here, don't you?
No, I was just going to take some information.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went ahead and left.
Yeah, I agree. I'm never going to do this again.
Since the police know the man has his son with him,
Sir, right there. You come here. You come here. Let go of the child.
A female officer quickly takes the little boy and whisks him away so he doesn't have to further witness his father's arrest.
Please give me my son, please.
He's taken away in handcuffs and brought to the transfer station.
Please, I want to stay with my son.
No, that's not an option for now, sir.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I was
Okay,
only
sir, I'm
coming
not
to
doing
take
this,
somebody
sir.
to lunch. I can't feel my hands, please.
The police contact the boy's mother at work, tell her what's going on, and she comes and gets him.
You want to get a drink? Yeah?
Meanwhile, the dad is taken to jail,
Run in and make a left.
photographed, and put behind bars. He and most of the other men in Florida have pleaded not guilty. While his story is upsetting,
In the driveway.
the story of a man you'll meet next week is downright bizarre.
That's him right there. He's pulling in the driveway.
This potential predator comes in the house, whips off his clothes, and proceeds to search for a young teen.
You want to explain yourself?
And will tell you what he planned to do with that teenager.
There?
Yes.
Come on in, I gotta finish brushing my teeth, okay?
Okay.
Just hang up the kitchen counter for a second.
Why don't you have a seat right on that stool for me, please? How are you?
All right.
Yes, sir. What's happening?
How's it going? Nothing much.
Yeah? What you looking for?
Nothing, just hanging out.
Hanging out.
Yes, sir.
And who are you here to see?
I don't know. Julie?
Julie?
Yes.
And how did you meet Julie?
Somewhere on the computer site.
On the computer?
Yes.
And how old do you suppose Julie is? Do me a favor, just keep your hands on yourself.
Let's just say she was 13 or something.
13?
Yes.
And how old are you?
I am 21.
21?
Yes.
And why did you think it was a good idea
I don't know.
to come here to meet a 13-year-old girl?
I don't know.
What was your plan?
Nothing at all, sir. I promise.
What's your screen name?
I don't know.
Well, you know it. And what's your real name?
Jason.
Jason what?
Scott.
Jason what?
Scott.
Scott.
Yes, sir.
And do you go to school, Jason?
Not at the moment, no.
Do you have a job?
Yes.
What do you do?
I work at a department store.
Department store.
Yes, sir.
Now, this chat you had with this Julie is pretty sexually charged. What do you want to do? Like what? Like you and me. In your bed. Blank me and let me do you good. Is that an appropriate conversation to have with a 13-year-old girl?
No, sir.
Did you bring condoms with you?
No, sir.
What do you think would have happened had I not been here?
I don't know, sir.
I mean, do you know that it's against the law to try to solicit somebody who's underage?
Yes, sir.
Over the internet? Then why did you do it, Jason?
I don't know.
Do you do this often?
No.
Well, what do you have to say for yourself?
That I'm ashamed of myself and I'm truly sorry.
Do you do this often?
No, sir.
So just tonight you decided for the first time to go do something like this?
Yes, sir.
What was the lure? What made you say all of a sudden to yourself?
I don't know. I honestly don't know, sir.
Well, there must have been a reason. I mean, help me out. Help me figure this out.
I don't know, sir. I honestly
Well,
can't
if
tell
you don't know, how am I supposed to know?
I don't know.
You ever watch TV?
Yes, sir.
You ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yes.
You ever see our stories on computer predators?
I believe I have so, yes.
Well, we're doing one right now. My name is Chris Hansen. We're doing a story on people who try to meet young teens. And if there's anything else you'd like to tell us,
No, sir.
and if not, you're obviously free to go.
Thank you.
We can just let him
It's just
do
kind of
like
hung on my,
this.
it's hung on my
stand up.
wristband.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better. 'Cause it was kind of bound up a while ago.
All right, let me see.
Todd, the only thing I ask of you when you're in here is just not to make any sudden moves, you know that, all right?
Yeah, I've known it all too well.
Yeah. I need to get some personal information from you.
Okay.
Your name is, last name is Spikes?
Spikes.
First name Todd?
Mm-hmm.
And Monroe?
Yeah.
And what do you go by?
Todd.
And what's your date of birth?
5/1/65.
So my math is terrible. That makes you what, 41?
Mm-hmm.
And do you have any scars, marks, or tattoos?
Scar on my nose here, if you can see.
Scar across the bridge of your nose?
Yeah. And then no other real scars, marks, or tattoos.
And your occupation?
Police officer.
You a police officer or a sheriff?
I used to be a sheriff deputy. I'm a police officer now.
You work for a city?
Yes.
Okay. And where is that?
Florella, Alabama.
Florella?
Mm-hmm. Florala.
And that's a Florella Police Department?
Right.
And what's your home address? Okay, and is that in Florella?
It's Defuniak Springs. Defuniak Springs, Florida.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So how long does it take you to get to work?
About 35 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you just drive across the state line every day?
Yeah.
So which is closer to the state line, Defuniak Springs or Florella?
Florilla. It's like it butts up with the state of Florida.
Oh, okay. And what's the zip code there?
32433.
How long have you lived in Defuniak?
Because I've lived in Walton County since 90. I've lived in Defuniak since 95, I think.
Defuniak is in Walton County?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. And what's your phone number? Okay. I'm Detective Liz Williams, and I work here at the Flagler Beach Police Department as an investigator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure you know this drill, being a police officer, but I would like to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say may be used as evidence against you. You have the right to talk to an attorney and have him with you now or at any time during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to represent you. If at any time you wish to stop talking or have an attorney present, all questioning will be stopped at your request. Do you understand your rights? And are you willing to talk to me?
No.
No? Okay. And I need to get some more personal information from you. Are you married, single?
Divorced.
You're divorced?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been divorced?
It's about, I guess, either 98 or 99. don't remember what year.
Okay, and you've been married just this one time, or?
Yeah.
And how long were you married?
9 years, 10 months. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What does that have to do with anything? I'm just curious. The fact that if I was married or not or whatever, what does that have anything to do with anything?
What it has to do with it is that I'm trying to ascertain if you have any children or
No,
if you have
no.
any access to
No,
children.
no, I don't. None.
And your vehicle, is that registered to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a lien against that vehicle?
No.
It's paid for?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'd like to advise you of your charges.
Okay.
You're being arrested for lewd and lascivious conduct, attempted lewd and lascivious exhibition, computer pornography, transmission of harmful material to a minor, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. In reference to the weapons in your vehicle, I don't know what's going on with the inventory of your vehicle, but there may be potential additional charges in regards to that. Also, in regards to your vehicle, we are going to file for a forfeiture on your vehicle to seize that. So you'll need to, when you make your bond arrangements. What are you doing, sir? Do me a favor. Okay. I want you to just leave your hands still, okay? And we're going to be done here in just 1 second. I want to let you know that when you make your bond arrangements or whatever your arrangements you're going to be making after you go to our county facility, you need to make arrangements to get home also because you won't be taking your vehicle.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, I've got property in the vehicle I'll be able to take other than the weapons. I'm
You're
quite sure
going
you're
to take to the jail with you your personal property, which would include your billfold, glasses, keys, things like that. Any other property, you'll have to contact our evidence technician later on and find out how you can get that property. And like I said, we're going to walk you out in the hallway and let you sit down out there for a little while, okay? Until we figure out if there's any criminal offenses regarding your vehicle.
Okay. My dad's Rolex watch is in the console.
Pardon me?
My dad's Rolex watch is in the console. I got it when he died, so how would I get that back?
When you get the contents of your vehicle, we're seizing your vehicle. We're putting in for a forfeiture on the vehicle, and it does not include the contents of the vehicle.
Okay.
Can we take him out in the hallway and sit him down? You're going to have to just be patient, sir. It'll be a little while before we go to the jail.
All right. Do you have a clue about how much the bond may be?
No bond.
Backing out now.
After conducting 4 internet predator investigations in 4 different states, you'd think we'd be prepared for anything.
He's getting out of the car.
But what happens here in Florida shocks us all.
Oh, no. Oh, my God. He brought his son with him. He's got his child with him.
He's a 40-year-old married man, Clifford Wallach, screen name PhotoFix. He's here to meet a boy who told him online he was 14. Dell from Perverted Justice, posing as the boy, talks to PhotoFix on the phone.
He said, I like oral, all aspects. I said, giving or receiving. He said, both. I said, cool. He said, you up for that? I said, sure.
Coming in the back door.
Holding his son's hand, the 40-year-old walks into the house.
What you got?
Because we don't want to scare the little boy, we immediately tell the man what's going on.
I got to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you just straight up right now. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Okay.
We're doing a story on adults dating children, and since you have your child here, I'm not going to pursue this.
Okay.
But I think you know what you were doing here, don't you?
No, this is doing this one.
My point is, because your child is here, I think it'd be best if you just went ahead and left.
Yeah, I agree. I'm never going to do this again.
Since the police know the man has his son with him...
Sir, right there. You come here. You come here. Let go of the child.
A female officer quickly takes the little boy and whisks him away so he doesn't have to further witness his father's arrest.
Please give me my son, please.
He's taken away in handcuffs and brought to the transfer station.
Please, I want to stay with my son.
There's another son, Officer Downster.
I didn't do nothing wrong. I was
Okay,
only
sir, I'm
coming
not
to
being
take somebody to
suspect.
lunch. I can't feel my hands, please.
The police contact the boy's mother at work, tell her what's going on, and she comes and gets him.
You want to get a drink? Yeah?
Meanwhile, the dad is taken to jail,
Come on in, take a left.
photographed, and put behind bars. You walk into a house in suburban Washington, naked, with a 12-pack of beer, hoping to meet a 13-year-old boy. Yes or no?
Hey.
Hey.
Hello?
Hey, I'm here.
Yeah, did you eat?
Yeah.
What did you eat?
Hey, spaghetti.
You ate spaghetti.
Yeah. I made some spaghetti, but I was gonna put sauce on it, and I dropped the sauce on the floor.
What'd you say?
I dropped the spaghetti sauce jar on the floor. I feel like such an idiot.
Why'd you do that for?
It flipped.
God, I've already went 90 miles.
Oh my gosh. Where are you?
I'm almost at Indianapolis soon.
Cool.
Jeez. You're getting me. You're making me tired.
Oh, I'm sorry. But I can't wait. I'm excited.
Yeah, you better be nice to me. And don't tell on me.
I'm not going to tell on you. What's the alligator themed?
What?
You said you had a pet alligator.
I'm a what?
You said you had a pet alligator.
I was kidding about that stuff.
No.
That's good. I don't have a cat. I don't have a dog.
No?
No.
Oh, I thought that was so cool. That's okay, though.
No. No, I don't want all
I
those
asked
animals.
you how you kept an alligator as a pet. I didn't
Yeah.
think you could do that.
Not an alligator, no.
Especially not with a cat.
Yeah.
Because I thought the alligator might eat the cat.
Yeah, the alligator eats the cat. You're right.
Yeah.
And my dog. And probably me.
Yeah, probably.
What we're going to do?
Whatever you want.
Whatever I want.
I'm not coming home until late tomorrow, so whatever.
What'd you say?
Didn't you say, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. I said, whatever.
Okay. You have such a cute little voice.
Thank you.
Huh?
Thank you.
You baby.
I'm not a baby.
Yeah, I'm 11 years older than you.
You said 14 before.
24, never mind. You're,
Huh? Which is it?
yeah. Yeah, I'm 11 years older than you.
Oh, so it's 11, not 14?
Huh?
Well, you said 14 before.
You'll be 14 soon?
No, I have my birthday on Friday.
I'm 24.
Okay. You said you were 14 years older than me before on the phone.
I was kidding.
Confused.
Huh?
Confused.
Yeah.
Just wait a minute.
I can't hear you.
Nothing. Doesn't matter.
I'm 11 years older than you.
Oh.
That's why I'm an old man. What time is it there?
Almost 10.
Oh, so you're on the same time as I am, way up north.
Yeah.
Is it cold there?
Yeah, it is. We've had weird weather, though.
So what are you wearing?
Well, right now my jeans have spaghetti sauce on them. I need to change them and, like, take a shower and stuff.
Jean shorts with spaghetti sauce on them?
Jeans with spaghetti sauce on them, yeah. But I'm gonna change before you get here, so, like, there
And take a long shower?
Yeah. I might put them in the washer, because I think I have time before you get here. I don't know.
It's gonna be it's gonna be at, about 1:30, I said.
I know, but there's like spaghetti sauce all over the kitchen. I did not know it could spray that far.
Oh, geez, girl. Their name's Tia?
Yeah, Tia.
Tia?
Mhm.
That's a cute name.
Thank you. I like it.
Tia.
Mhm.
Tia, like Chia Pet, like Tia Pet.
No.
Huh?
No. You don't.
You're a Chia Pet.
Water me. So you're saying I have green hair?
You what?
So you're saying I have green hair now?
You have pretty. You do. You have pretty hair.
But it's not green.
What color is your hair? Blonde?
Mhm.
Yeah, blonde.
Mhm.
Mhm. Quit doing that. Quit doing that.
You're
Quit
funny.
doing that.
You're funny.
Yeah. Hey, do me a favor though. I told you this.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'm the last person you're gonna meet online.
Yeah, I won't meet anybody else.
Huh?
I won't meet anybody else.
Yeah, 'cause I don't want you to. That's not good, especially that far away. But I won't do it. You know me so far. I'm a detective and stuff, and so you shouldn't be afraid of me.
Cool.
But a lot of other people you should be. I'm probably like the one in a million that you're safe with me, but.
Yeah. You're really a detective? That's so cool. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm going to school for, to be a forensics detective or probably CIA agent, I don't know.
oh, cool. That just sounds like, I don't know, like, cool. So you're going to do, like, the stuff that the people on TV do?
What?
You can do, like, blood and, like, stuff like the guys on CSI do?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you can't send pictures on your phone?
No. I don't have text messaging either.
It's different. Pictures are different, though.
No, I don't know anything but, like, calling. It sucks.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, can I call you back after I've, like, changed my clothes and cleaned up the kitchen a little bit?
What'd you say?
The kitchen is really bad. Like, I don't want it to dry. So it's gonna get worse, I think.
Spaghetti sauce?
Yeah, and I want to take a shower, but I wanted to call you when I said I would, so... Can I call you back, like, after I've done cleaning the kitchen and taking a shower and stuff?
You're gonna call me back?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I called you back this time when I said I would.
I know, 'cause I'm like 100 miles out, so...
Your house?
Is there a bunch of hills where you are?
What?
Are you in the mountains?
I can't understand you.
I said, are you in the mountains?
No.
There's not any hills where you are?
Huh?
There's not any hills? Huh?
I still can't understand you.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you just got really, really loud all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's 'cause I was on speakerphone trying to drive.
Oh.
No, I was asking if you were around, like, any hills or mountains.
No, I'm outside Bowling Green. I'm just outside it.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Baby?
Yeah, I'm here.
Baby?
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'll get back in, like, a little while after I've done, like, cleaning the kitchen. I don't know how long this is going to take, but I promise I'll call you back. I'm really excited.
You're excited?
Yeah.
Get excited.
I'm excited to see you.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be excited to see you when I get there, but it's just a long drive. Jeez.
I'll call you as soon as I'm done cleaning the kitchen, okay? And
Okay.
changing my clothes and showering.
Okay.
Okay. Drive safe.
I will. You know I will. Come on.
You know.
You better save your all over for me. Huh? Uh-huh.
I'll talk to you later.
Shave all over.
Huh?
I said shave good for me.
Oh, shave?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I can do that, yeah.
What'd you say?
I guess I can do that, yeah.
I can't hear you.
I can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Where are you gonna shave at?
My legs.
Huh?
My legs.
Your legs?
Yeah? You want me to shave my head, too?
Just
I don't wanna
go
do
shave
that.
your head. No, don't do that.
It's all over.
Shave your legs and in between and everywhere else.
Oh, I don't have much there. But okay.
Uh-huh.
I don't have much, but okay.
Okay. If you don't,
All right.
then oh well. All right, go take a shower and get that damn spaghetti off of you.
Okay. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, don't forget to call me back. Don't fall asleep.
Okay. Don't you
Don't fall asleep. I'm not gonna fall asleep. You will before I will.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will.
Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Well, keep your phone next to you, close. Okay?
Okay.
Bye. Have fun. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
Sheriff's office.
Patterson steps back into the house, and an officer shoots him with a taser gun. Only one probe stays attached, so the taser is unable to shock him and drop him to the ground.
appropriate to walk into the home of a 14-year-old boy who you thought was alone, buck naked? What was your plan?
I don't know, sir.
What's your full name?
John Canella.
And you're a school bus driver or a teacher?
Teacher.
You're a teacher. I'm going to need to see some ID.
I left that at home, so I'm sorry.
I'd like to see some ID. Turned out later that he was neither a teacher nor a bus driver. In fact, he was unemployed and had been for some time. What kind of conduct is this for a high school teacher?
No, sir, I've never done this before.
You're going to tell me you've never done this before?
No, sir.
So you just woke up this morning and said, I'm going to get involved in an internet conversation with a 14-year-old boy. I'm going to go to his house, strip naked, and walk in with a 12-pack of beer. This was just something you thunk up today.
No, sir. I'm going to talk to him about it online.
Do you see how this looks, John?
Yes, sir.
Let me just see the driver's license.
I'm sorry, sir.
I'm sorry. That's what had happened? What would have happened, John, if I wasn't here?
I probably would have chickened out, sir.
Chickened out? Do you see why that is hard for me to believe?
I do, sir, but it's the truth.
You say to him, are you straight, bi, or gay? He says gay. I just don't tell anyone. You say, sweet, I won't, I promise. You say, you are so effing hot, bro. I want to be your boyfriend if you will have me. I'm serious.
I was just chatting. I was just...
Chatting? You're sitting in this kitchen naked, John. That's a step beyond chatting, isn't it?
Yes, sir, it would be.
I don't want to get you in trouble, bro. I also don't want to get me in trouble either. You knew this was wrong when you walked in.
Yes, sir.
I think I can learn real fast to love you. 14 years old? Do you know that it's illegal to have a conversation on the internet with the intent to have sex with a minor?
Yes, sir, I did.
So you came here knowingly violating the law. Kennelly was significant because not only did he admit what he was doing was wrong, he also admits that he knew it was illegal, and he showed up anyway. What do you think should happen to you?
I don't know, sir.
Well, there's something you gotta know. I am not the father of the boy, but I am Chris Hansen of Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on computer predators. Anything else you'd like to say to us? We'd like to hear it. If not, you're free to leave.
Thank you.
You can take the towel to the garage and get dressed. He sees the cameras. He's trying to keep the towel up around him. He's trying to grab his clothes and head out the door, and he gets his underwear on and just beelines to get out of there. If he had just left it at that, Kennelly would have been a memorable character, but what he did the next day just put him over. Wait a minute, so let me get this straight. So they're talking about a meeting?
Nobody has ever gone through what that man went through when he got to this house. But now this is just amazing.
This guy leaves our house, shirtless, holding most of his clothes. And less than 24 hours later, there he is in a chat room trying to make a date with another young teenage boy. We couldn't believe it, but it was the same screen name, same everything. So the decoy made a date, and they agreed to meet at a nearby fast food restaurant. We move into position. He walks out of the restaurant, and we're there waiting for him. I have been in television for 24 years.
I just came to get something to eat.
And I have very seldom been at a loss for words.
Sir, I just came to get something to eat.
But I don't even know what to ask you first.
I just came to get something to eat.
John, we've been through this before. What are you doing? I've got the chat log again. You're chatting up another 13-year-old kid, and you're going to meet him here at McDonald's. You identify yourself. You call yourself Shane this time. You ask him a series of personal sexual questions. Is that appropriate talk to be having with someone you think is a 13-year-old boy? Last night, you walked into a home naked, hoping to meet a 13-year-old boy. You said you were sorry. It was the first time you'd ever done it. You admitted it was wrong.
Yes, I did.
You left.
Yes, I did, sir.
And within 24 hours, you're back on the internet chatting up another 13-year-old kid. What is going on? What do you have to say for yourself?
I don't have anything to say for myself.
Well, you should say something, don't you think? I mean, what are we to think you're going to do next? Last night, you walked into a house in suburban Washington, naked, with a 12-pack of beer, hoping to meet a 13-year-old boy. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Today, you're on the internet again. You have an inappropriate conversation with a boy you think is 13, and you set up a meeting here at this fast food restaurant. What was your intention?
I don't know.
Don't you think you need some help?
I'm seeing a psychiatrist.
Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said... No, I can't, John. I can't do that. That's their job, is to record video and audio. Now, you put yourself in this position, so don't get tough with that. Do you see why I was skeptical last night when you said it was the very first time you'd ever done something like that?
It was, though.
Oh, how can I believe that? And how do we know that you're not going to go out tomorrow or the next day or the next day or the next day and do this again?
I promise you I won't.
You see something so extreme, a guy show up naked and then come back the next day, you realize and you get a better understanding of how strong these addictions, these compulsions can be. And they develop online. First, perhaps porn sites, chat rooms. But ultimately, that isn't enough to satisfy some of these guys. And that's when you see them, I think, take these extreme measures and risk so much to actually have a face-to-face meeting. What are you going to do?
I'm going to call my psychiatrist.
How long have you been seeing a psychiatrist?
A little over a year.
A little over a year? And why were you seeing him?
Because I had a family breakdown.
Meaning what exactly?
I had a death in my family, and I never handled it well.
And is that what you attribute this sort of behavior to?
I'm guessing, yeah.
That sounds like a cop-out.
But it's not, though.
What happens if you really did meet a 13-year-old boy? What happens?
I don't know.
I don't know? It's illegal to have a talk on the internet with a minor with intent to have sex with that minor. You've done it twice in 2 days that we know of. That's a federal offense. You can go to prison for it. Do you know that?
Yes.
Then why do you do it?
I need help, and that's what I'm seeing a psychiatrist for.
And you were going to find help here at McDonald's?
No.
You were going to find help from a 13-year-old boy?
No.
Experts in the field, after hearing all this, are going to likely suggest that last night wasn't your first time and today isn't your second time, that you've been doing this for a very long time, John.
No, I haven't.
Do you understand why that's hard for me to believe? I mean, is there any reason for us to think that you won't just go ahead and do this again tomorrow?
I got 2 appointments with my psychiatrist tomorrow.
What about today? You don't seem that busy today.
That's why I'm going to go home and call him.
You consider yourself a predator?
I don't know.
You don't know. Is there anything else you want to say?
No, sir.
And he walks off, shoes untied, gets into his pickup truck, and drives off. And I'm thinking, I just can't believe.
What America doesn't see is the pedophiles in government. Trump was put in office to create a new world order, a pedophile government. We need to stop Donald Trump and his league of pedophiles.